we are about 8 weeks out of the start of NFL teams being able to report to NFL training camp.
Yeah.
Rookies go first, then the veterans show up, right after that, and then get the ball rolling.
Yep.
So leading up to that, I want to start a new series called The Most Intriguing Storylines Going into Training Camp. So we're going to tackle the topic of the week leading up to the NFL training camp season and preseason. This week, we're going to head down to Pittsburgh, and where I got Justin Fields is our radar again. Now, we all witnessed Russell Wilson, getting let go from the Broncos at a record dead cap number. We're still laughing at that.
Yep.
Still laughing at that. He didn't take, it didn't take long for him to decide who he wants to play with, and he wanted to play with Mike Tomlin and the Steelers.
Yeah.
And for both of our monies, both we agreed in unison that they needed to upgrade a quarterback in that division, and that's what we got. So the head scratcher came in that though is that when they doubled down and traded for Justin Fields, who we all thought that we pretty much assumed that his days were numbered in Chicago.
Yeah.
So we all had questions. Where's this going? Who's going to be the starter? Reports coming out that Justin may be used as a gadget man, special teamer, a bunch of things. Now the word is that he may be using a Cordell Stewart type slash role. I don't know.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I don't know. So, Coach Kirk, what do you make of all of this? What should the Steelers be focused on with Justin? At this point, should it be focused on Justin or the field?
Should be focused on building Justin to be ready for possibly moving forward as your quarterback of the future. The gimmicks, the gadgets, for one, that doesn't even sound like something that is part of the Steelers' DNA. Let me change that. Yes, it is. It doesn't sound like it's something part of Mike Tomlin's DNA as a coach.
I like that.
Right. I'm not going to say the Steelers' DNA because, of course, they had Cordell Stewart.
Right. Mm.
But here's the thing. It doesn't benefit them to do that with Justin. So you're going to stop the flow of the offense. You're going to break the cycle of what's happening to do gadget plays with Justin. I've heard things as far as putting him at wide receiver, having him do, I don't know where this came from, kickoffs and possibly punt return and things like that. Listen, is he an athlete? Yes. But how does that benefit not only Justin, but your team to take him and now distract him in this multi-hyphenated Taysom Hill role? Here's the thing. Give me Taysom Hill and you give me Justin Fields, strictly quarterback, and I take Justin Fields all day.
Oh, absolutely.
As a quarterback, right?
I mean, we've seen what Taysom Hill is as a quarterback. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, he had the opportunity. Oh, he's gadget and this and that. So then he gets the injury. The injury bug hits the starting quarterback. He gets to get in, and you get to see he's a gadget guy. He's spot duty, right? He's like a watered down version of Clorox. He's good for spot, but you don't want to use him for the whole thing to wash your clothes. All right.
That's a good one.
Justin Fields.
That's a good one.
Justin can be. I love what Justin said of, I'm not here just to sit and learn. I'm here to compete. And I think competition breeds greatness when he can push Russell, right? Russell should feel every week, he should feel that when he looks over his shoulder, he sees a player in Justin who's growing and ready to go. Justin Fields' pressure should elevate Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. I think anything else, any other thing you do with Justin is diminishing why you have him there. Worst case scenario, you build him to go and be a better player at another organization. But if you're doing any of that gadget stuff with Justin, one, you're hurting your offense. These packages and building in, it doesn't do anything because now you're having to create a different flow and a different style and the offense has a change. No, let him be a quarterback. Let him get his reps, especially in preseason, right? Russell's been around long enough. You know what you're going to get with Russell. Mm-hmm. Throw the whole kitchen sink at Justin preseason. Let him play I would say besides the first two quarters, it's only 3 preseason games this year, right?
At the moment, it's only 3. Could be less than that if they add this 18th game, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Outside of 2 quarters in the third game, Justin should play the other 10.
Good point.
Other 10 should be all Justin Fields and let him sling it. You should know at the end of the preseason game, you should know how comfortable you would feel if Russell was to go down with injury. But yeah, anything else besides that, again, I love what Justin said. I'm here to create pressure. I'm here for competition. I'm here to be a quarterback. And you're not going to see me on the other side of George Pickens.
True. Okay. Yeah. I just had to shake my head. There's a line in the movie in Major League 2 where Bob Uecker was the commentator says, obviously Taylor's thinking, man, I don't know what the hell he's thinking. And that's how I feel about the Steelers right now and their thought process with this. I don't know what the hell Mike Tomlin is thinking. I love Mike T. That's my frat brother. Love him as a coach, leader of men, coach with his brother Ed. Hell, I even coach his nephews. However, this notation where he signed Russell and turned around and trade for Justin. On the one hand, you can say, well, all right, maybe they're planning for the present in the future. But Russell's not retiring in 2 years, I don't think.
Right.
It's his mid-30s, not his late 30s. I think he got 5 good years in him, at least. At a high-level quarterback. Again, that's all fine and dandy if you were thinking about that, that Justin will be your future if he was a rookie as well. Right. He's been starting for 3 years.
Yeah.
And if Russell in his own right, he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He's a seasoned veteran. So based upon experience alone, he has the edge already.
Right.
So what does that do for Justin's growth and progression? That's what bothers me. Because in my mind, I want to see both men succeed. But how do you do that when there's only one starting job to be given out? And again, to your point where there's rumors that they were going to use Justin on special teams. I never believed that. I think that's just crazy to even say. I think Jim Warren said that in the interview. I don't think it came from a coach. But where did he get that from? Is the question. Where did he hear that from? Why did he put that out there?
Exactly.
That's off-putting for me. But for me, you don't put an NFL quarterback in that type of harmless way. That's why it didn't stick with me. But again, to your point, now there's reports that he's going to be used in a type of Cordell Stewart / type role. And if you don't know who that is, go back to YouTube and look at Cordell Stewart's college and pro tape. That's he was a Swiss Army knife. He was a running back, a wide receiver, quarterback. You name it. Hell, he can even punt.
Right.
So he was all be all for the Steelers at one point when he was a starting quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, if that's Arthur Smith's way of using Justin in his abilities to get him on the field some kind of way. I don't know, just with that, because that's just crazy. But he also realized this is the same guy that couldn't or wouldn't use Bijan Robinson in the proper way. So I got doubts for him in general to begin with. But again, I don't like the situation for either man. Russ is on a 1-year deal. Justin's rookie deal is expiring soon. So they will have to make a decision on who's going to be the starter, who's going to be the guy sooner than later.
Yeah.
And then, to your point, how do you truly evaluate that if one of them is sitting on the bench?
Yeah.
So what are we doing here? What are we doing here? I have a lot of questions about what's the end goal, what's the end game. I mean, yes, it's cool to have an embarrassment of riches and have 2 talented quarterbacks on your roster. Yes, I'm okay with it. But again, you're not helping one of them. Let's say hypothetically, let's look at both scenarios real quick before we move on. So let's say hypothetically Russell wins a job, right? So Justin goes from starting for the Bears 3 years to sitting for 1 to 2 years maybe.
Yep.
And then you have to sign him to a new deal without any confidence or any on the field proof that he's going to be your franchise guy. True. So where does that leave him at on the pay scale for one?
Yep.
And I mean, I'm sure he's going to be looking for long-term security. He's not going to do these one-off deals and try to hope and pray that you will do right by him. He might even go out there and test the market. But again, he's been sitting for 2 years, so his market value is not going to be high. I mean, hell, he got traded for a 6th-round pick as it was. So, he go ahead and open market, it may not be much because he hadn't played for 2 years. Especially if Russell comes in and he wins. That's the biggest thing. And with that system, with Mike Tomlin's system, hell, Kenny Pickett's a quarterback. And if you can just not screw up and win 8, 9, 10 games.
Right.
Especially with that defense that they have.
Right.
So if you are dynamic or above average at quarterback, you're going to win more than that.
Right.
So let's say hypothetically they win, 10, 11, 12 games. You'd be foolish to say we're going to move off of Russ.
True.
So that's one stretch.
Yeah,
So
don't be Denver. You're going on a winning streak, and then all of a sudden you want to make a change.
Right. Right. So then, on the flip side, let's say Justin beats him out or Russell gets hurt.
Right.
Now you don't really get a true look at Russell, whether he's going to be viable for you or not. And then Justin gets out there, but again, I mean, honestly, truly, I hate to say it, but that might be the best case scenario for Justin, because again, there's no real line in for you to be, there's really no pathway to you being the, odds on starter unless Russell gets hurt. And I don't wish that on him at all.
Right.
So it's a rough situation. It really is a rough situation. I really had wished that he'd have got traded. Although I love him going to the system, I would have much rather had both of them not been there together. Like Russell could have went somewhere like Seattle.
Yep.
And I can't go to Seattle. No, Justin go to Seattle and Russell stay in Pittsburgh. And that'd have been good for both parties, in my opinion. Yeah, both parties. But both of them being on the same roster at the same time, I just have an issue with it being together, because again, you really can't truly evaluate both.
True.
Again, if it was a Michael Penix situation where he's coming in, on his rookie deal first year, you got time.
Right.
You learn, but Justin understands the program at this point. There's no learning curve here.
No.
There's no learning curve here. What's up, Jack? How you feeling? Oh, you made a pair. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So, they're again, how do you truly evaluate both and understand what you have in either, with them both fighting for the starting job?
Yeah.
Wild. So we'll have to watch it. We'll have to watch and see where it lands. But I really feel like that it's you kind of got too much of one problem.
Yeah.
For me. So we shall see.